Hello, my name is Lee H. Tillman,
I'm Andrea Checker.
and thank you for listening to and watching Anxiety Twins. We are a couple of comedians that are married and have a podcast.
And if you're watching, we're also outside.
And we're outside. So if you want to see us outside, why don't you go to YouTube and watch the video? Like and subscribe, do all those things.
Or come over.
Or come over.
Our fence is open all the time.
It is.
Because I always open it.
Yeah. When we first moved here, like we had some friends over and there were comics, and one of the first things they said was, "Hey, you can have a show back here."
You can have a show anywhere.
Which is a really comic thing to say. They're just constantly looking at places.
You go to a store, help a friend move something out of a storage unit and be like, you can have a show in here, you know?
Yeah.
Bring the couch back in. You got yourself a show.
So is the first thing, did you want to jump right into fried green tomatoes?
We have to talk about that first because I have a lot to say about that.
Okay.
And then we'll see how much time we have left. That's how much.
So we watched fried green tomatoes.
For the second time.
But
I forgot that
I don't remember if I've seen it before, like when it came out. I mean, maybe I saw it when it first came out. I don't know, but we definitely have seen it twice.
Do you have a story about fried green tomatoes like you do about the Three Amigos where your brothers wanted to see something better and you wanted to see fried green tomatoes? You picture 11-year-old Lee being like, "The guys, there's 4 leading women in this movie." That's unheard of.
Well, first of all, the movie that I chose, Three Amigos, was better than the movie that they went to go see.
Gasp.
So I actually did have a better choice. Okay, fried green tomatoes. Go.
We watched it. Mm-hmm. The whole thing's wild, and I forgot about the first time we watched it. So it's not exactly 4 leading women because the old lady that's telling the story is also the young lady in the story.
Yeah, if you look at the cover, it looks like there's 4 leading women, but it does. After you watch the movie, it doesn't make sense. The cover of the VHS,
and the relationship that they make based on the. What's her name? The character of the lady that visits the hospital.
Oh, Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates visits the hospital, not visiting this old lady, someone else, but she always ends up talking to her, and it almost seems like a scam. Like the old lady is like reeling her in with her story. She's like, "Come, my precious. I'll tell you a story about a third person that is not me." And then 2 years later, she's like, "And surprise, it was me." And then she goes live with her.
Yeah, but we don't see that part. But yeah,
we don't see that part because
happens.
That's what shit hits the fan.
The fried green tomatoes part too.
Everything was delightful when they only saw each other on holidays.
Now they have to live together.
I have a lot to say about it, but now I can't remember any of it.
So I remember when you bought it, right?
I bought the DVD.
You bought the DVD.
I'm on a DVD.
This year is the 25 year anniversary. 35? Oh, 30. I keep saying 25. 35 year anniversary of fried green tomatoes. And maybe that's why the DVD was out.
May 20th.
But they also
May 10th, 2026 was 35 years of the making.
Yeah.
We saw it on May 23rd.
Yeah.
Because just randomly.
But
no, it's not. That's not why I got the DVD. I like to find old DVDs in the DVD section at Goodwill. That's like my new hobby. I just pick up random DVDs. I found the Titanic, Mamma Mia, and Fried Green Tomatoes.
I've never
all great titles, equally at the same level of greatness.
I mean, all of those movies are classic movies. People love all 3 of those movies.
But I mean, the Titanic won Oscars. Fried Green Tomatoes is like over here, like
people like it.
And it's still fried green tomatoes, not a food people eat. Apparently,
I don't know. Yeah, I've had fried green tomatoes. I don't know if they were green, but I've had fried tomatoes before. I don't know. I mean, like I get why people like and don't like them.
Fried green tomatoes for when you can't wait.
Yeah.
Any longer.
Because I don't know if a green tomato tastes different. I've never had a green tomato.
Well, it's just
like a bad idea.
Not done. Yeah.
It seems like a bad idea. But
it's hard.
I mean, like the texture of it, like it's still a soft tomato. At least the tomato that I had, it was like a regular tomato. It wasn't green. It was just the outer texture is crunchy, then the inside is soft. I'm like,
it's one of those things like fried rice or paella or like whatever, like poor people food that came about just being like, I don't know, just put all this shit together and maybe it'll make something else.
Yeah.
Because where can you... We couldn't make it because where can you, unless we grow them, where can you find non-fully ripened tomatoes?
I mean, if you had been around 35 years ago, they were everywhere. They were probably on every menu everywhere, like fried green tomatoes. We got them.
Yeah.
We need to go visit the place. It's in, I can't remember what city. Is it Juliet? I forget what city it is. It's in Georgia, which is where...
And because we have the DVD, we watched the special features where the director, who I am not a fan of, I just don't like the way he talks, tells the story of how they built that cafe and then they ended up actually using it as a cafe, and now it's like a...
Yeah, it's a landmark. I mean,
it's a landmark.
It has to still be around. I mean, what else in that city would, anyone care about?
I was going to say hundreds, but 15ths of people's jobs because it's just one cafe.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm sure there's stuff around the whole city.
And then we never saw the main actress, what's her name? Gigi?
What about her?
We never saw her anywhere, anything else.
Yeah. She I feel like we Googled it and we saw like a few movies that she had done and none of them were
great. And also she wasn't main character on those. So she was just like around.
Yeah.
And the other woman I only know from Weeds. Mm-hmm. A show that I watched the entire thing for some reason, even though the entire time I was like, I need this to end.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like another TV show where I don't know, maybe I watched like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but it was one of those things where it's a white lady, so you have sympathy for her, but she has to do these things that, are dangerous. So now we care about her for some reason. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those TV shows. I feel like Orange is the New Black was a show like that.
Yeah.
I liked everyone on Orange is the New Black except for the main character. Like the main white lady. I was like, if this was just about everyone else, it would be interesting. But I don't know. They feel like you just throw a white lady in there, gives you some sympathy.
And she was the whole reason why they wrote the show.
What do you mean?
Like the actual lady that went to jail and was like...
Orange is the New Black? Orange is the New Black. Breaking Bad is another show that's like that, but it's a much better show because it's better written. Mm-hmm. It's more interesting, but it is a show where...
It's also a much stronger drug.
But I don't know. You're just supposed to...
Weeds now is like, just go to the dispensary.
Yeah. But you're just supposed to feel like some type of sympathy for... No one could ever feel sympathy for a black person selling drugs. Mm-hmm. But if it's a white lady, now we're cooking.
If you keep watching the show, she becomes less likable. And I think that was kind of the idea, was that it was hard for people to envision, for people in her experience to envision what it's like to do these types of things. So that's why it came about. But like if it was, they wouldn't want to make a show about a black person doing the same thing, because now it's like, what are you trying to like stereotype people? Like, both ways, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But she becomes a worse person. Whereas like, no, that's the same thing that happens to the guy in what's the other one?
In Breaking Bad?
In Breaking Bad. He becomes the worst person.
He becomes a worse person, but people, because he's a guy, it's different. Because he's a white guy, it's different. People likes that. They would be like, they hated for years they hated the wife because she didn't want him to sell drugs and destroy the family. Yeah. I mean, like literally, you're joking, but like that's literally what people online for years have been.
The only scene I have like clear memory of for some reason is when she's trying to weigh the money. Like first just starts to count it, and then she starts to like count the barrels of money to just be like, I don't know, maybe if I put about the same amount in each barrel, I can figure that out. Like the math of figuring out how much money they have, like that for me, that was hilarious. I was like, this is amazing. How do you do that?
Did you like the movie? Because the first time we watched it together,
what'd I say?
I honestly don't remember, but we started watching it again. And I was like, I think I've seen it before.
Literally, opening scene, they're pulling out a car from the lake, and you're like, we've seen this. And I'm like, 45 minutes later, I'm like, I think we've seen this.
Yeah. So you did remember that you saw it. So,
I didn't remember it at all.
I know that we had seen Still Magnolias, which is Not, I mean, it's
I also
not,
thought it was still Magnolias.
Yeah, I think we kind of like, the only similarity is that they're both 90s movies. They both have a lot of women in it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it, really. Like, that's really the only similarity.
I don't know. Fried Green Tomatoes is pretty silly. Like, all of the things that are happening in the 90s with her, like, wrapping herself up in cellophane. Mm-hmm. Like, just the way they make a mockery of this woman every chance they get. She's not even the main character.
She's a sad housewife, and they're trying to, I don't know,
like really push that.
I mean, maybe it's that dude, the director that you don't like. I don't even know who he is. I'm sure he's one of those directors that are like, they're competent enough at their job. They're not great directors, but you know, they can do the job, I guess.
Yeah.
So they just do it.
All of those movies from the 90s, they have a similar vibe. Like, you could do that.
Yeah. And the vibe of the movie definitely like felt like it was made in the 90s, even though the decade that a lot of the stuff takes place isn't the 90s. But from the music choices and the way everyone is, I don't know, kind of, it's very saccharine. It just felt very nice. Like the movie itself, even though it wasn't set in the 90s, it did feel like a movie made in the 90s.
Yeah.
It just felt that way.
Everyone's Southern accent was hilarious. Did they actually eat the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not? Because it's gross.
Well, it's she's retelling the story, so maybe, you know, I mean, it's all kind of.
She's a very lucid old lady. Yeah. She knows exactly what happened.
Even at the end, she was kind of like, well, that's just a story that I heard. Because I think her name is Sissy, told her that's what happened. So, right. I don't know.
Oh
no, her name isn't her name in real life is Cicely Tyson. But I don't remember what her real name in the movie. I don't remember what her name.
I thought the person that told her was her like mammy's children.
Yeah, that's right. It is because it was the kid. It was the kid that saw it. That I don't think ever speaks in the movie. But
also the movie also fits your criteria of white women dancing to black people music.
Yeah, I do have this theory about movies, specifically in the 80s and 90s. Maybe they don't do it as much now, but anytime a white woman is trying to appear like tough, or she gets some type of revelation that she needs to, you know, just
changing her ways. Yeah, she's a new woman.
There's always a scene where she sings a song written by a black person. So a lot of times it is a black female, but it can be, you know, anyway, it's generally like Motown. That's generally what they go for. But in this movie, I don't even remember what the song was, but she was jumping on a trampoline.
Yeah, she was exercising.
She was exercising, jumping on a trampoline, and she was singing some song by a black woman. But I feel like if I go through every movie that features a woman, like where a woman is the lead character throughout the 80s and the 90s, I will see.
And then in the early 2000s, they stopped doing that?
I don't know.
Because there is 27 Dresses when the girl lets go and she's like dancing. I put quotes on that. And she's like dancing at a bar and she sings Benny and the Jets.
Okay.
So that's
Benny and the Jets is Elton John. But that song, it got popular because black people liked it in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
It got played. The only place it got played in America was this record, not record, but a radio station in Detroit started playing it, and black people loved it. And that's why it became popular. And the reason why Elton John is popular is because black people loved him first. So that's kind of,
it's adjacent. Early 2000s is like moving out of that, but not quite. It's
adjacent.
We'll have to start watching early 2000 movies now, see if we can find.
Yeah, and Benny and the Jets is the song that people love him.
The whole
Julia Roberts definitely has a lot of scenes where
she does a lot of that. What's the one that she's singing to in the bathtub?
That's Pretty Woman. I can't remember. I think maybe it's Whitney Houston. I don't remember. I don't remember the song.
She's singing Pretty Woman in Pretty Woman. I should have known that, yes.
No one ever actually sings Pretty Woman in the movie Pretty Woman.
No.
Which is a Roy Orbison song, but it was remade by Al Green, which is the first version I ever heard. I think it's Roy Orbison was a white guy, but the Al Green version, to me, is much better. But
The only like icky part about fried green tomatoes was like the whole slavery wasn't that bad vibe of it, which it's supposed to be the 1930s, right? So
yeah, it's not.
I don't know if they're not slaves, but they what are they gonna do? Like there's they get paid, but it's like not great. And the whole like the same way this woman is like dancing and changing, it's like the other white woman, which whatever her name is, the main character, that she's a lesbian and she's pro black people. Like she's way ahead of her time. She like when she's like at her, I'm gonna call her mammies because she pretty much has like she's like essentially her caretaker who happens to be a black woman. She's at her house and the lady's like, you can hang out at my house, but don't treat me like your mother. I was like, that's actually so funny because like, yeah, you'd be like, don't like give me that. Like you're going to be here and give me attitude? No. It's either or.
Yeah. And the one who plays her again is Cicely Tyson, who's a legendary actress who I hated seeing her play that character. But by that time, I don't know, maybe that's what, that's all she could get at the time.
That's what was available.
But she is a legendary actress.
Yeah. And so the whole time they were doing a really good job at being good white women who are helpful to not sending Big Joe, or what was his name? The
Big George
to jail for someone else's murder. Although it was his mom, so it wouldn't have been that big of a stretch. But they were trying to protect him. And then at the end, towards the end, when she goes to the hospital and the lady's not there, and then they tell her that her friend died. She didn't die. Her friend was the black woman in the story, right? Yeah. Or one of the descendants of the... It was her family. So she's like cheering to the nurse that the black lady died. The whole time she's like, oh, Mrs. I don't remember her name died. She died. And everyone's like... I mean,
but she didn't know.
I know it's not your friend, but she's like trying not to be weird. Yeah. I'm just really happy it's not the other lady. And then the fact that they like let her get in a cab and go to her house, even though everybody knows that she doesn't have a house anymore.
Yeah, what did they send her out to do? They just sent this old woman away to be like, and they know she doesn't have a house. Yeah. So they just sent her out and she's just out there.
Like the minute she tells her, as soon as my friend gets better, I'll be able to go home. I'm like, oh, that's not happening. Like everybody knows that this old lady's never going back home. Like we're just like, this is a thing we say to like keep her spirits up. So then when she actually asks to go home and they're like, okay, bye. She just checks herself out. She doesn't have any family and they let her go. They just wanted the money shot of like her sitting on a suitcase in front of her house being all sad. And then she has to go rescue her. She had moxie. That's what we like about her. That's a line from Bob's Burgers.
Kathy Bates also in Titanic.
Yep. I like her better in Titanic. I like her in a strong lady role.
The Unsinkable, is it Molly Brown?
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds right. Yeah. Kathy Bates had a heck of a run in the 90s. She's back. I mean, she's still doing stuff. She's on, I think the last thing is busy. Like, they remade Madlock and she's in that. I have no idea if that's a good show or not, but she's still out there, still doing that stuff.
Well, the baby is currently obsessed with Titanic, so we learn a lot about Titanic.
What do you know what brought that on?
I'm not sure actually. I mean, I know school had a Titanic book available, so like that's where she got some of it. And then we saw that OMSI had a Titanic exhibition, and so she got into like she wanted to watch the movie and do the exhibition. But that was like 2 months ago, so like it's just been like building up. I feel like the fact that she's just like been thinking about it for so long. So now I got her doing a project about it and like writing facts and stuff, and it's still like hard to wrap your head around all of it, like no matter how much information you have, it's like just to like understand what happened, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. And so you learned about the movie A Night to Remember,
right? I didn't even know that was a thing, which they made very quickly after the actual
yeah,
thinking.
It was made almost pretty.
Like
soon.
If I had been around, I would have been like, too soon, guys. Too soon.
Yeah, that literally might be a time when they're like, okay, let's not.
Well, like that's why it's so serious too.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay, in October they start shooting. Start shooting.
It's okay. We're shooting in LA, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was. It is
also the title, A Night to Remember. Like that sounds positive.
Nice. Yeah,
that sounds like a good thing.
But maybe at the time it wasn't.
That wasn't a thing people said.
That wasn't a thing people said. I don't know.
I mean, you do remember, don't you?
I mean, you do remember it. It's been so long since I've seen it because I saw it at least like 20 years ago was when I saw it. And I only saw it once, but I do remember it being like a little more serious. It's more about the captain. It is darker. It is good. Mm-hmm. It is a really good movie.
But did they have the correct information on how the boat sank?
I mean, they had whatever information they had. Like, I don't think they had,
because as far as I understand, they didn't have the technology to actually go down there and find more stuff that helped them piece it together until the 80s. And then from there, they kind of understood what happened, and the fact the boat like snapped in half and then was like part of the decision that the captain made. That's why that happened. I think it's really interesting that the reason why they hadn't been able to figure that out is because a lot of the people that survived were women and children. And I don't think they took women and children's, what's it called? Like
seriously?
What they said about what they saw that day. They didn't take it as seriously. Like maybe they were like, oh yeah, the ship broke in half. Sure. That's a thing. Because I've seen a lot of pictures of like as the sinking of the Titanic as depicted by this person who was not even there. And it's like, all like water everywhere. Yeah. It's like, it was not like that.
Yeah.
We also saw the interviews of people who were in the Titanic, and the lady saying like at this point, like they all keep in touch, obviously, like that's a huge thing that happened in their lives. And she's like, at this point, like I'm one of the older people who still remembers, because some people are so old that they've forgotten, and some people were so young then that they were like 5 months old to survive. So like they have nothing to say about it. And she was like, I don't know, like 11 or 12. And she said, for years I've been saying the boat snapped in half and then it started going down, and like now it scientifically can prove the thing that I saw. Like it feels like I could have told you this hundreds of years ago.
You need to start believing women. I think that's
someday.
Maybe one.
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not ready. Just push it another day.
Not quite ready to start believing women.
Not there yet. And the Amsterdam exhibition was interesting too. I mean,
she said she didn't learn anything that she didn't already know.
She did. She was being dramatic. Well, also, like, you gotta actually stop and read the stuff. Otherwise,
yeah. She also said she didn't read anything. She said she just looked.
Well, we did it twice because we had 3 of her friends with her, and of course, I'm telling them to slow down, but they're like pinball machines, like pew, 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 pew. Like every room they're going by so quickly.
And also, like 2 of the friends that came are the most
hyperactive,
energetic, hyperactive kids.
Yeah,
that hyperactive friends that she has. So
yeah, we did it one time, and then we went to have lunch outside because I was like, "This is outside energy," and Isabel's always like, "You sound like a teacher when you say that." I'm like, "Friends, this is outside energy," and they like literally ran around in circles. And then we did it again, this time a little bit more patiently, but I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job. And then apparently there's like something going on with the all of the Titanic artifacts that exist, which some of them were at Amsi and some of them are like scattered throughout the world, where the person it wasn't a person, it was a company. The company that started extracting them now technically owns the site and the exhibit and the artifacts. So there's like something going on where like if they don't continue to pay, like they could just stop being seen by people. They just have to get stored away or something, which I never even thought about that. Like, who owns the stuff that's hundreds of years old and in the middle of nowhere? And like, apparently the guy that found it first felt wrong keeping and preserving the things, so he didn't want to do it, and then a company stepped in and they were like, we have no fucking feelings about
companies aren't people
doing this properly, so they just like started extracting. I would want to be nowhere near the wreckage. Like,
why not? Just afraid of ghosts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm already afraid of the ocean as it is. And then you're like on a burial site. And like, those are the two worst things put together. Like, this is a burial site that you can't see. It's just like so scary.
Yeah.
I think I saw some of the people in the exhibition said they were like really excited to find it. And then immediately there was like an energy drop where everybody was like, oh, like we found it. Like people died here. This is not.
Yeah.
It's like a cool accomplishment for us, but also like it just makes me feel bad now to be like celebrating this.
Yeah. I think that's probably how people felt when they watched the movie Titanic. Like because it's all romantic at the beginning, and then you're like, oh, there's like dead
you know exactly where it's going. Yeah.
There's dead body. I mean, yeah, you know exactly where it's going, and
but
then you
still
see it,
like catches you.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theaters because it was
brag.
It was.
They didn't have 3D back then. If they were putting it out now, they'd be like those theaters that splash water on you.
Yeah.
It's salty too.
Yeah, I
like, no, why?
A couple times in the theater. I think I watched it like two
you went back?
It was just one of those.
Wait, how old were you?
It was a phenomenon. I was like 17. It was. I guess the closest thing now would be like Barbie or Oppenheimer,
where you're like feel like you can't go.
Yeah,
you can't
it's one
not
of those
go.
things that everybody is seeing, and it's an event. And Titanic was one of those things.
I didn't know that when they were filming it, like people were making fun of them for spending so much money on one movie, and pretty much they were like, "You're not gonna make it. Like it's gonna be bad."
Yeah, James Cameron is kind of famous for always spending a lot of money and going like way too far on a movie, and it almost always works though. Like, he doesn't have too many flops. Like almost everything he's ever done has been pretty huge.
Yeah, we should look it up. What's a flop?
Even like Avatar, which people kind of like make fun of, it's still one of the most successful movies ever made, financially.
My only like
ever made.
Negative feedback on Avatar is that it should have stopped at 2. I feel like 2 was a good number.
Yeah, I have no desire to see.
I've lost track after that. I don't know how many there are
the rest
total, but I'm good.
But it I don't know. It's like it's so immersive. Then I don't know. If you're a person that enjoyed the other two, maybe you would enjoy
the whole world,
the whole
building.
Thing, but it's still successful. Like, I mean, this is the same guy that made Terminator 2.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
that was pre-Titanic.
Yeah. Almost everything he's made has been pretty huge.
Yeah. At least with the Titanic, I don't know about the other ones, but he was very like into the whole thing, like not just the movie, but he like wanted to go out into the ocean, wanted to see
like part of our exploration. He was involved in like building the technology that was able to dive that deep.
Right.
Without him, like that wouldn't exist. Without this filmmaker,
well, I think it wasn't him so much as it was him asking the people who had already done it to continue to do it, because the budget that they had to do that the first time wasn't really even Titanic related. It was military related. So once they were done, they were like, I mean, if you're not, it must be really expensive. They're not like able to go do it on their own. But if it's funded by Hollywood, then sure, we'll go 3 more times.
And I mean, think about all the CGI movies that came out after like Avatar. The reason why they are as good as they are is because he created that technology to do all of that. So they used it and moved on. Like he's definitely a person that has like moved a lot of technology.
But now we have AI, so it's fine.
Yeah, we'll just get AI to write all of our movies, and it's gonna be great.
No notes.
No notes. Are we watching anything else?
We started watching Margot's Got Money Troubles.
And then we want to talk about Euphoria?
I haven't finished the first episode of the 3rd season. It's got me.
So you watched the
I'm
first
so interested
season,
in it.
You didn't watch the second?
No, I did.
Oh, so you have watched everything?
Yeah, that's why I started the 3rd. I wouldn't just skip a whole season. Okay. The first season was really like engaging. Like you start an episode, I couldn't have left an episode half like how I did in the 3rd season and just walk away for like 3 days. I don't even remember when I started. I keep forgetting to go back. It was like, oh no, you like have to know what happens. Second season was like, okay, I mean, I am invested in this character, so I want to know. 3rd season is like, come on. Now it's just getting really crazy.
Yeah, there's no intensity to the show. It's just like, okay, what's going to happen? It's just what crazy thing is going to happen next.
Yeah, just trying to do the really craziest thing possible in every character's life.
There's no tension involved. You're just kind of like, okay, well, what crazy thing is going to happen next? Because I don't really care about, because I know everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But, you know,
because we need a fourth season.
Yeah, let's see what the next thing is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody was making fun of the fact that they're in high school in the first season. And it's like high schoolers are not doing all this, but also because they were all in high school, like the only positive thing about them being in high school was that there was like a grasp to reality. Like that was what was tethering them to being real people. And their parents' lives. And just like, this is just normal people in a small town sometimes work at a construction company, and then they also are weird pedophiles on the side. Like, I don't know, these are like terrible things that happen to normal people. And now it's just like, she's just fully a drug lord. Like, she's just off in Mexico, and she like jumps a fence and she's fine. I don't know, I haven't seen more than like one, but like the whole time I'm like, this bitch should have died years ago. I can't believe she's still alive. Now she's religious. She just decided to believe in God. That's the thing.
It's about to.
That's as far as I got.
Yeah. So I never watched an episode of Euphoria. I completely missed that. I said on the last podcast, I never have seen anything with Zendaya in it.
Oh yeah.
Until like Dune.
You know what? If we're gonna start watching things with Zendaya and it together, we gotta stop with Shake It Up. Gotta start there. That's the place.
No,
that's Inception.
I'm good. I think I figured it all out. What? So
I'm gonna start playing it for
what show we were about to talk about that we've been watching together? Margot. How'd you feel about that one?
They do a really good job depicting what it's like to have a newborn.
I thought you said you didn't like that type of stuff.
That what?
I thought you said you didn't like that type of stuff where they're showing how difficult it is to be a mom. Because why would I want to see that?
I don't like that part, but they do a good job depicting it. I feel like sometimes they do a little bit too like. I don't know. I feel like they did a better job in this one than other times. It's just like more like in your face. Like they just don't believe that you're going to be able to relate to this person unless she's like, I'm dying. This is terrible. This is like a good like mix of like, you're still a person, but like also shit's hard. Like, I don't know, like the way she gives the baby away and then like goes drive it, just like drive your car by yourself. It's just like, oh my God, can I just like get in the fucking car and like drive it myself? Just stuff like that. But they don't like, they don't put it too much in your face. So far it seems like a good show. I really like her mom, the character of her mom. Yeah, she's a terrible person.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, Michelle Pfeiffer is the MVP of the show. Yeah, so far. She seems a little old to be as naive as she is, like falling in love with your teacher, your college professors, like, and then she also didn't know like her.
But she didn't fall in love with him.
Well,
she was just not safe.
Yeah. I think she did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think she did. Okay. Or actually what she says in the show is he made her fall in love with herself. So he talked about how amazing she is, and she believed it. And that's what, brought along the feelings. The feelings weren't directed towards her. She just felt good about herself. Yeah. I think that's
but she says like what happens when she's deciding to give the baby, she's like, I don't want him. Yeah. It's pretty clear. Like, yeah, she's good.
So in the moment, but when the relationship is going, I do feel like she's feeling something. It's not what she thinks it is. I think she might think it's love for him, but the love is actually that she feels good about it.
Yeah. Just having something not go wrong. Yeah, so like it seems like her life has been pretty rough outside of that.
But also like when she doesn't know that she's pregnant and she's working, and then her boss is like, who's also her friend apparently,
like, which is like hard to believe.
Yeah. Tells her, oh, I think you need to take a test. You're like, what test? Come on. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels a little naive.
You just wanted Cher to come out of nowhere and be like, snap out of it.
Yeah.
Puke everywhere.
And her friend who's on the phone that we never actually meet, that she's just, best friends with. we don't have any backstory about like what exactly is happening there.
Yeah.
The relationship between her mom and this religious guy.
Not quite a priest.
Yeah, not quite a priest.
For the longest time, I thought he was a priest.
I feel like he's
the president of the church, which is
whatever
the thing.
that means.
You can be.
He's the president of something, maybe the choir. I don't know. But I'm sure there's going to be an episode where we actually like dive into what their relationship is. But when I first saw it, I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. What could either one of them possibly see in each other? And she also seems like the mom. I mean, she seems like she's maybe like working class, or at least that's her mannerism. But she lives in a nice place. So I'm kind of like, well, what does she do?
We haven't seen what she does, right?
Yeah, we don't know what she does. So I'm like, there's so many questions that I'm afraid they're not going to get to them because they're only going to focus on maybe the main thing. I mean, maybe it will as the show goes on.
Yeah, it's a show that's like if you build uncomfortable things that haven't been figured out, it helps more seasons come out.
Yeah, it just feels kind of like there's a lot of holes in the writing. I'm just kind of like, all right, maybe they'll figure it out later. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what keeps you watching the show. You don't know the difference between Zach Galifianakis and Nick Offerman.
It's because they're the same person.
Okay, all right. He's just a white dude with a beard. Nick Offerman is looking ripped in this show. I've never seen him.
No notes.
Never seen him look as muscular as he ever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, he's playing
he's playing a wrestler.
Retired wrestler, but still.
Her boss is her friend, but we never see her talk to her other, like that one time. They were like,
just because you're friendly at work or you spend a lot of time together doesn't mean she's your friend.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel like other places that I've worked before, like people are like making plans to see each other on the weekend and stuff. And I'm like, even if I worked here for 15 years, I don't think that like an actual friendship would ever happen because I want to be able to leave work and go be with my actual friends.
Yeah, it is weird. I guess it depends on the job that you have. Like if it is something that's, I don't know, you're both like cashiers or something, then, it doesn't. I could see you being friends if the job is like a lower level job.
Oh, you think cashiers? Yes.
I think if it's a lower level job.
But cashiers are always so busy. You don't really have time to talk.
But you can commiserate on all the various...
It's more not lower level. It's more like the more traumatizing the job is, the more you like bond over that.
Nurses would be friends outside of work?
I don't know, because nurses have really tight schedules. They like barely see their families. So I don't know how they would make time to see each other unless it's like hang out after a shift, which sounds terrible. You're probably exhausted.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like if you're working at the steel mill, you want to go out for a beer with your friends. I imagine like a lower level job like that where it's like physical labor. I feel like those people in those jobs probably can be actual friends. If I'm working in an office, I don't want to be friends with the people because you have to be professional.
Yeah.
And if I have to be professional in one place and then I'm out with my friend, I don't want to. I'm dividing those two worlds.
Yeah. And that's why you didn't like clock watchers.
Maybe. I don't think so, but let's go with that.
That's the whole reason.
I think it has to do with how professional you have to be at work. If you have to be professional, then I'd say those people probably shouldn't be friends.
This is why you're a good therapist.
Maybe I should have gone to school for therapy and not research.
I think you should.
I mean, I'm not doing it now. I'm never going back to school. After I got my degree, I was like, yeah, I'm not.
That's what you said to me every morning when I wake you up.
Never going back to school.
And I'm like, come on, baby, you gotta get up.
Because when I initially went into grad school, I was going for a PhD program. Like that's the initial thing. But then I got maybe a year, maybe by the second year, I was like, nah, I don't want to be in school anymore. I'm done. So I decided to just get my master's and get out of there. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I was also an older student because I left and then came back. So I was like 5 to 6, years older than everyone else.
Which is probably better. Like,
maybe. Have you been reading anything lately?
I'm reading 2 books at the same time. Tuesdays with Maury and one about a library that's also, it's similar to the book that I read before, which is why I'm kind of like, I want to see what happens, but at the same time, I'm like, if it's the same exact thing, I'm going to be really pissed.
Why do I know Tuesdays with Maury?
I don't know.
Is that a really popular book?
I guess.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It's about a college professor who is dying, and he's like really chill about it. And then
hell yeah.
No, he's like taking it really well for like, I don't know, somebody who is dying. And one of his students writes the book, or like he's the main character in the book. I don't know if he like actually happened. I haven't looked into that. And he already graduated many years ago, but they used to be close. And then now that he's dying, he visits, and a lot of people visit, I guess. And a lot of people visit him, and he like talks to people and gives people advice, and is like seeing life in a different light because he's almost done.
I was gonna say, on my Instagram, I get, it's mostly white guys that are talking about like books that you need to read if you want to get into reading.
Maybe it was Tuesdays with Morrie was in
books
there.
That'll change your life, and all of a sudden it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like and sometimes books that I have read are on their list. I'm like, no, that did not change my life.
It was fine.
It was all right. I think it's because there's this thing going around that no one can read anymore. Gen Z is not going to be able to read.
I don't know about that. It's a big statement. Like, that's a lot of a whole generation nobody can read.
As far as how we get our information, I could see us not reading. I don't think people, like, you can read a stop sign.
No, I know. I was not getting that from it.
I think like an inability to read, I don't think that's going to happen. But I do feel like we're getting all the information from TikToks, YouTube videos, people telling us information.
Yeah.
Like listening to audiobooks, like instead of actually like reading the information, which I don't know if that's necessarily bad. I do think you use a different part of your brain when you read. So I do think it is useful to read. I personally prefer to read a book rather than listen to an audiobook because it uses a different part of your brain. And I think that's important. Reading a book, it's active. When you're listening, it's passive. So I think there is some strengths to actually like reading a book, but I don't think that's going to make you dumb if you don't read. Like if you're getting all your information from YouTube, that doesn't make you, I mean, somebody can just, there've been self-help books forever.
Yeah.
Where people were just like, lying and making up stuff. So just because you're watching something on YouTube, somebody that's a liar or somebody that's telling the truth, it's all information that people always been using.
Can't believe you've been targeting self-help books. Helped me over the years, So I have a few that are holding our door open.
It's always a guy holding up a big fat book or a bunch of books and being like, you need to read these books before you step out the house in the morning.
Don't go stepping out the house without these 3 books,
or else you'll fall into a ditch.
Illiterate son of a bitch.
If you don't read these 5 books, you're gonna fall into a ditch by the time you're 35.
What is this, a witch? Is Sleeping Beauty one of them?
Because I have been reading more of this in the past few years, I have just like gone on Instagram and been like, okay, what you're
like, sure, give me something, and recommendations.
Then now I'm getting like a bunch of,
now it's like too much. Yeah. Well, I mean, the way that they phrase it too is like, if you have to be like, stop what you're doing right now and read this book, then clearly you don't have the attention span to like actually you needed them to,
if you want to get
you.
Into reading,
stop scrolling, and you're like, I really want to though.
Yeah. But every guy is like, I didn't start reading until like 2 years ago, but then I read this book.
So because you don't know any other ones,
reading all the time
in comparison to nothing else. It's the best book ever.
Yeah, I'm starting to reread books that I read years ago.
You can't. You're not allowed to, because you have a joke about that, and I will not have you out here lie joking, because I can't stand dudes who think that lying is a joke. I used to try to have a joke about this, but I couldn't make it quite work.
But aren't most jokes a lie?
No. It's funny because it's true.
I mean, there's a truth in it, but you exaggerate.
But like literally, like there was this guy at my work that literally I would come in and he'd be like, I've been here for hours. And I'm like, have you? And he's like, nah, I'm kidding. That's not a joke. That's literally just a lie. Like, why do you? And so many dudes do this. Yeah. Like, I swear, like maybe they only do it to women. So you haven't had that happen to you. But it's like, so all the time, like they just feel like they're so smart because they know something, but they didn't tell you. They told you the other thing. It's
usually at work. There's one guy that
it's definitely a work thing.
That think that's just hilarious.
Yeah, just be like, we're all going out. Are you? No, I'm kidding. That's not funny.
Stop doing that.
You just wasted so much of my time.
So I had a bunch of books from maybe like 20 years ago. What was happening was I was going into grad school and I was taking the GRE. And there's two parts to the GRE. It's mostly math and English. The GRE is the test you take before you get into grad school, in case anyone doesn't know. And I knew I wasn't going to do good at math because I'm famously bad at math.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, you don't say.
So I was like, I need to focus on the English part. And the English part is, it is half essays. They just give you a question and you write like 5 different types of essays. And then it's just definitions of words. They tell you to get these flashcards that are just 500 words. And you just like memorize all of them. Another part they say about like learning words was to like read more books and like read things. So
you need the context, right? Yeah. Otherwise you're like, how am I going to memorize all these sounds?
Yeah. I bought a bunch of books at the time just to see like, okay, what are the modern classics? That's when I started reading more. And I also have dyslexia, and that definitely is one of the things that helped me. I mean, I still have it. It's still an issue, but it has helped me like read more.
You would take the straightforward approach. Like we were talking the other day about how I started playing tennis because it helped with my dyslexia. And you were like, how would playing tennis help you read? Like you just read to be able to read more. Just do it. You'd be like, just keep reading until you can read gooder.
Exactly.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah. So that's why I have a bunch of books that I have from like 20 years ago that I never reread again. So I just reread Things Fall Apart.
What's it about?
It's still amazing. It is a book that takes place in 1700s. So it's right at the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade. It takes place in what's now Nigeria. And it is the story of this one man who's in this tribe. That's not a real tribe, but
so it's fiction.
Yeah,
it's loosely based and real.
Yeah, it talks about the slave trade, but that part of the story doesn't happen until like the last third of the book. The entire book is just setting up what it was like to live at this time. So this guy, he is, even for the time, he is a toxic man. Even for the 1700s.
Toxicer.
Yeah, people in the tribe are like, dude, you need to relax.
When you bring it down a couple notches.
The point of the book is to show when colonialism and slavery changed everything, we kind of forgot that these were real people. Like we kind of forgot that they had their own traditions and lives and families and their own things that they did. And we kind of, a lot of times we feel like, oh, especially in America, Black people's history just started at slavery and then it just kind of
there's nothing before.
But the whole book, I get the point of it, I believe, is to just show that these were just people. And I believe like A24, I think maybe making a TV show out of it, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that
we'll see.
We'll see.
But that's a smart thing to focus on everything before slavery because when you said it was about slavery, I was like, oh, great. Now he's going to end up. I thought it was going to be like pre-slavery was like the first quarter of the book. And then we have to walk in shackles for the rest of the book. Whereas they just want like almost like the porn of like knowing how terrible it was, like the details of like
torture porn.
Yeah. How hard is it and all that. And you're like, yep, it was hard. Like I don't need more than that. Like I can have empathy for people. I don't need like all of the descriptions, but like knowing what their life was before and now is just like African Americans. Yeah,
because he was
blanket term.
He's in this tribe, and he does. I forget. He commits something that's like this terrible sin, and he has to be cast out of the tribe. It's right after harvest, and you're supposed to be thankful for everything, and it's this time where everyone is supposed to be peaceful.
He broke the rules,
and he broke the rules. I think. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but he like hurt someone on accident and people are like, you got to get out of here. So he gets banned. He has to live with his other tribe, which used to be his mother's tribe, like where his mother came from. So he has to live with them for, I believe, like 7-8 years. And then that's when colonialism comes in and slave trade comes in while he's away. And then he comes back to his old tribe and he sees like how everything has changed. And even that part feels very modern. Older generations always looks at younger generations like, we would never do that. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you turning your back on these things that we taught you all these years? And it does feel very similar to modern times. It's a really great book. Things fall apart. And I'm starting to read a book called Revolutionary Road. Feels like this movie they definitely read when they were making Mad Men. Because it is about...
They got it from there?
The 1950s, a unhappy couple in the 1950s moving to the suburbs. And it just feels exactly...
But I thought in Mad Men they weren't unhappy.
Well, eventually. Like after
everything they are.
I mean, Betty's never happy the entire time.
But when he was a teacher, he was fine. It's just that he got sick.
Mad Men.
You're
thinking Breaking Bad.
I'm thinking Breaking Bad. Why do I always get those two mixed up? Completely different words.
They came out at the same time.
I did it in the other episode too.
Yeah, Mad Men.
Oh, okay. Betty's never happy, but that's because she's got some whatever like mental illness going on that terribly undiagnosed.
Yeah, but it is very much an unhappy couple living in the suburbs in the 1950s, and it definitely feels like when they were writing Mad Men, they read this book. I'm watching this TV show on Apple called Widow's Bay. Really good. It is a horror comedy. It balances both those things equal, and I'm always really impressed when someone can do that. That's because I don't think I could ever write horror just because I'm more into writing things that feel real, like real life type things. And horror generally is like supernatural or just horrible things I don't really want to think about. So
The Substance.
Yeah. Which is, sci-fi. It's not something that I would really think about, but because I'm more interested in like things that are more grounded. So I'm always impressed when seeing someone that can do both. I believe the creator also wrote on Parks and Rec. And
that's a pivot.
Yeah. But I mean, it is about municipal politics. A lot of the so it is similar.
They already had all that knowledge and they had to put it to work somewhere.
Kind of similar. It's a bunch of people that work together that have to work together.
I missed the Parks and Rec frenzy. I don't know. I didn't watch it when it was coming out. And then not that long ago, I started trying to watch it and I was like, I can't. It's too late for me.
I don't think they found their bearing until maybe the second season or maybe even halfway through the first season. But they have like an original love interest who doesn't really work out in real life or the TV show. And he leaves, and then Adam Scott comes in, and then that's when the show kind of takes off. When they get rid of this old guy that wasn't really working out.
They figured it out.
They bring it in.
Maybe I need to start watching at the second season. Start at the second season.
Yeah. When Amy Poehler was writing it, in the beginning, it seemed like she's not good at her job, or she's kind of like just a ditz and kind of like fell into everything. So she started writing it more purposefully to where she is good at her job.
But she's also just very positive about it.
She's very positive, but she's also like really good at it. She can get things done. So in the beginning, I don't think that was coming across as much. She just seemed like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So I think they didn't figure it out until
maybe that's what it is. I mean, episode 1. That's as far as I got. Season 1, episode 1, and I was like, this is annoying.
Yeah, I don't think they really figured out the characters.
Yeah. I'm like the opposite. I prefer more magical, unrealistic things. And that's what I was saying, like the book that I'm reading now, that it's a lot like the love of my afterlife is like this lady that also dies, and it's like in this limbo. And she's trying to figure out, like, is she gonna die and go into the unknown, or is she gonna go back? And I'm like, this is literally the book that I just read. Like, it's slightly different.
Was it suggested to you, or did you just...
No, I just saw it at the library. And it's called the something library because...
Was it called Andrea's Picks?
Yes, they have a shelf just for me. I'm there a lot. It's called something library because they're keeping all of her alternative life possibilities, like if those, like, why if you like make a different choice and you go this way, your life turns into this. And so it's like a giant library full of her could have been lives. So the title does not suggest that she'll be dead at all. So, but I mean, it does seem like something I would like. I'm just coming off of the same thing.
Yeah. Need a little space between the two.
Yeah, you can just be dead all the time. I was going to say, the baby went to outdoor school this morning, and there were several other dads there, and they're all like, I think most dads are like your age. They're like Gen X. And
I'm not Gen X. I'm a Zennial. Keep going.
Okay. They all have like the same vibe, and of course they're all white men, so like I'm gonna confuse them with one another. But like, don't you feel like they all have the same vibe? Like I feel like Boomer Dad's vibe is like ask your mom. Like it's very clear, it's very straightforward. But like this like Gen X generation of dads, it's like.
I don't know what to do. I think I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know what I'm gonna do.
They're really wanting to do the thing they're supposed to do, but also they're like. Ask your mom, like, but not like
you have to pretend. So
not in like this bitch needs to do everything, but like I really don't know. It's just like really sad.
Boomer dads are definitely just want to like ask your mom. I have nothing to do.
Yeah,
with
like
that.
I don't even. It's offensive that you would even consider speaking to me.
I think they're probably more millennial, but
who
the dads that you're talking about?
No,
but maybe like, but anyway, like Gen X.
When we did the school carnival last week, we met some millennial dads. Millennial dads are very like in it. They're like, I'm doing this, and like kids like, I don't even like this, and they're like, we're doing it. And that's me too. I'm
so Gen X is just right in the middle. Like
Gen
they
X is
want to do the thing, they don't know how, and they kind of really don't want to.
Yeah, they really. You can tell they're like, I mean, I would rather not, but I heard that if I don't, I might screw you up. So I'll try.
Dad does not care.
And you can tell that I don't want to. So I keep confusing them. And then they're just like, because they're standing awkwardly around, I don't know whose kid belongs to them because I get them mixed up and they're all just like equally uncomfortable around their own children as well as other people's children. So like it doesn't match no matter whose child it is. They're like, I don't want it.
Yep. Because I don't care if you're my child or someone else's child. I do not want you around.
I would really prefer if you were to go away. So that was this morning drop off at outdoor school. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go because this is uncomfortable.
And how you been doing since she's been gone? It's been a few hours.
It's been like 5 hours and 35 minutes with 12 seconds. And I think I'm good. Yeah. If you are only listening to the podcast, there's a lot of sound effects. There's a lot of phases to go with the sound effects too. You're really missing out. We got to wrap it up.
All right. My name is Lee H. Tillman.
I'm Andrea Menchaca.
Thank you for listening to Anxiety Twins. We'll see you next time.
That was very Gen X dad energy. That was like a script. Maybe do a little shimmy.
Here's what's happening right now.
You're
were
offended
just saying
because
that you were low energy and now you're trying to be high energy is what you're doing.
Maybe.
And you're forcing it.
Maybe. But I was like, I looked at the camera and I was sitting like this. I was like, bro, sit up.
So you ended up.
All right. I'm going to go on a run. So my name is Andrea Menchaca.
My name is Lee H. Tillman.
Thank you for watching. See, it's not as easy as it seems. Just leave it like that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.